Good morning, everyone. It's Phoenix Hawking again. I thought maybe because the Book Fest is coming up on June the 10th, that I would share a few more of my short stories with you. This one comes from More Like a River. And this is actually the title story, but I'm only going to read part of it. I don't want to give the whole thing away, now do I? Here we go. Life is a funny thing. If only it would follow a straight and narrow path where none of us could get off track, how much more simple life would be. Of course, life is more like a river than a road. It meanders about and chooses paths of its own desires, or at least paths of least resistance. Harriet leaned against the gate, watching and waiting. She called out to her neighbor Madeline, who was passing by on her way to the market. "Billy is coming home today," Harriet cried. "I can feel it in my little bony bones." Madeline, who had heard this very thing from Harriet every day for the past 17 years, just smiled sadly as she hurried by. Billy Haroldson had left Miller's Corners years before, and he wasn't ever coming back. At least, nobody expected him to return. Not after what had happened. For Billy, the path of least resistance had been simply to leave. He had packed up, left in the dead of night, and never looked back. He hadn't expected anyone to understand what had happened, and he was right. The only person who had understood was dead, and the rest didn't matter. Billy's river had shuttled him from one continent to another, from dusty roads to superhighways, and from synagogues to temples to churches, in search of a peace he never could quite find. From the shallows to the rapids, always moving, never staying, Billy's river cast him over stones and pebbles, cradling him in stagnant pools until he was just tired of it all. Only once, recently, had the river let him rest in a place where the waters of his soul ran sweet and clear. In this place he was accepted and loved for who he was. It was good there. But Billy had unfinished business at home, so he betook himself to that place from which he had fled to finish the business he had left behind. So, Billy thought, I'm going home at last, home to face the music, home to see what home might be left to me after all these years. And Billy Haroldson was afraid, far more afraid of coming home than he had been to leave. He considered how the questions would go. "So, Billy Haroldson, tell us why you left town." "I had to leave." "Why? If you didn't do anything wrong, why did you leave?" And that, Billy thought, as he walked down the dusty road that led to his house, that is where I get stuck. How could he possibly explain to anyone why he felt compelled to leave after Marvin's death? He had had no hand in the dying, and everybody knew that. He had never been accused of having a hand in that. But there had been rumors. There had been speculation. There had been suspicion. And the rumors would have been right. Well, there's a little teaser for you. I hope to see you at the Carpinteria Book Fest on June the 10th at the Women's Club from 1:30 to 4. If you just can't wait that long to order More Like a River by Phoenix Hawking, that's me, you can get it on Amazon.com in paperback or on your Kindle. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.